Grow, Sell, and Retire is the podcast for the lazy overachiever. B.D. Dalton, author of True Gravity and Grow, Sell, and Retire, is here to give you his 25 years of secrets, tips, and systems to take your business to the next level. This is your chance to find out what is working in sales, marketing, and running your business. If you stop learning, you stop earning. Now, here's your host, BD, with today's GSR podcast.
Hey everybody, BD Dalton here, author of Grow, Sell, and Retire. Also author of True Gravity, talking about networking, talking about making sure that your business is more successful today than it was yesterday, more successful in the next hour than it was in the last hour. I want to make you a lazy overachiever. And really looking at things today, I've gone through and sat with one of Tony Blair, his ex-helpers, Ruth, and she was amazing. She was walking us through all the different ways that people look at success, at failure, at what Tony Blair went through, but really brought me back to when we look at our business, and I've had a lot of coaching sessions this week, talking through things with people, looking at entrepreneurs and making sure that they can make more money in their business and have more fun. And I was looking at what I'm calling PPC. Most people talk about pay-per-click and Google advertising and all these type of things. What I want you to start concentrating on is profit per client. You can do all sorts of turnover. You can make sure that you're selling huge amounts of slots, which is my version of the widget. But you really need to make sure that you're selling the right slots to the right people that makes more money for you, more fun, and overall makes your business more valuable because your heart's in it. It's been a challenging week. The markets have been up. The markets have been down. We've had interest rate raises. We've had all sorts of things happening out there. But overall, I want you to think about your profit per client. The very first thing, and you know I love threes, grow, sell, retire. You've got 3 planets in your universe. If you know me and you know the Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast, you know I love threes. So the very first thing we want to do when we look at profit per client is we want to measure it. We want to measure, and I call it the PITA, the pain in the ass. The pain in the ass measurement. So look at your top clients. Look at them and the value that they bring to your business. How much money do you make off of those clients? Then you look at how long it takes you to service them. So you're measuring if they are very, very high maintenance and they pay you a little money. Guess what? They are a high pain in the ass. They're a high pain in the backside, and you need to get rid of them. You need to work your way out. And I know sometimes cash flow really sucks. So you want to make sure that you are not getting rid of business and flushing old cash down the drain and hoping for new cash to show up. But I can bet you your bottom dollar that if you get rid of these people right now, these pain in the asses, the people that if you put them as a 5, as in they call you, you look at that phone and it says, oh my gosh, guess what? BD's calling me. He doesn't pay me. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't love me. Guess what? Even though he's been a client forever, I need to get rid of him because it will unleash my soul. It'll allow me to have that energy, that time, and that focus to work with clients that I really want to work with. So profit per client, step 1, measure. Step 2, let's look at this. Look at the media. Look at the things around you. Look at your social channels, your Facebook, your Twitter, your emails, all these different things. And guess what? Even your networking. Start looking at where your clients are hanging out, your media channels. How are you talking to your clients? How are you explaining yourself to your top clients? Because guess what? If your top clients are listening in that specific media channel, guess what? All of their friends will be listening to the same thing. If your top clients love classical music, guess what? I'll bet you clients that are like your top clients are going to love classical music too. If your clients are Twitter fans or Facebook fans or anything else that's out there that you're loving on social media, then guess what? Their friends and the people that they are like will love them too. So what media channels, how are you getting into the ear holes, into the eye holes, and guess what? Into the brain of your client. So your profit per client journey, we've gone through measuring it. The second thing is media. So how are you getting into their heads, ears, eyes, mouth, brain, everything else? But guess what? You need to take a step back. And do you remember when in The Karate Kid, when Mr. Miyagi was walking through with Daniel-san, teaching him things? Okay, now you go wax car. Look, wax on, wax off. And Daniel-san starts moving it, rolling that sponge around, putting the wax on, then taking the wax off. He says, I got it really fast. Mr. Miyagi says, no. You go back, look, wax on, wax off. The whole time he was getting Daniel-san to master the movement. And guess what? There's a lot of things out there that we practice, but we don't practice them very well. We make sure that we get it done, but we don't do it very well. But I want you to start mastering small things. Darren Hardy talks about it's those incremental changes that makes it so that you can focus your business and your life around great things to make sure that you can master items that make it so that your clients love you and they keep coming back to you and say that you are amazing at that thing. Whether that thing is making amazing chocolate and putting it on top of awesome ice cream, or whether it's solving somebody's problem about selling their business. If you're a public speaker that engages people and gets them up off their seats and gets them selling that next day, then you are the man or the woman that needs to be in everybody's brain. You need to be the master of something that makes people go, hey, that person, BD Dalton, he can make it so that people will think more about how they network. They will look at measuring their network and saying, hey, you know what? If I did more of that and less of this, then I will be more successful. And that's what I want for you. Because if you're listening to this, you want to be a lazy overachiever. You don't want to work harder. You want to work smarter. Because guess what? If you apply the energy that you have right now in your business and you do it smarter, guess what? You'll probably double, triple, quadruple, and get to your goals faster than ever, because we're talking about grow, sell, retire. But back to the basics, we're talking about profit per client. Nobody talks about that. They sit back and go, you know what? I just want more clients. Guess what? I want less clients and I want more money because I've solved more problems for them and made sure that I've engaged them and taken them to their next level. That is my goal. And I want to make sure that you, listening to this, get more of that into your brain, into your pocket, and into your business. And ultimately, guess what? You're going to have more fun. You're going to have more time to do what you want to do, which is golfing, sitting on beaches, hanging out with your friends, going out for a drink, enjoying yourselves, going to the theater. And guess what? More time. I'm speaking to you today on Valentine's Day. More time with people that you love. And sometimes that even includes giving yourself a big old hug, putting your arms around you and saying, you know what? I deserve this because I've worked my tail off today. Monday really sucked. I don't know why. It just felt like it really sucked. So I had to sit back today and say, you know what? If I looked at all this and I put the days on roller coaster mode, Monday felt like this big, huge dip. But you know what? When I got to the bottom, I said, I'm going to come back into this and I'm going to fight my way through. I listened to some music. I got my way fighting back through and I pulled out the things that were great from that day. I did 20 contacts. I got things lined up. I got my presentations put forward, going to work with one of the bigger banks in the UK. I've got looking at lots of stuff for the law firm, the IFA business, the wealth management business. We pushed that forward and have a huge meeting on March 1st. So everything's working and it wasn't that bad, but I allowed it to feel like it was. I turned it around, kicked it in the backside and said, you know what? It's that profit per client. Let's do the things that are fun and make this all happen. So I'm BD Dalton. I want you to be a lazy overachiever. The dichotomy that is laziness turned into profits. So we'll talk to you later. If you love this, make sure you subscribe, you pass it along, and make sure that you change your business right now.
Thanks for joining us on Grow, Sell, and Retire. For more information, tools, or to book one of our team members to work with your team, business, or to speak at your event or conference, visit bartdaltonconsulting.com or email contact@bartdaltonconsulting.com. Buy the book True Gravity on Amazon. If you want to work for the rest of your life, that is your business. If you don't, that is ours.